My name is Eric Chesser, and welcome to Shedtour, a video series dedicated to getting outdoors, spending time with old friends, making new ones, but more than anything, searching for these things: shed antlers. I started shed hunting as a teenager over 25 years ago. It's my favorite thing to do outdoors, and still to this day, I'm just as excited to find an antler as I was back then.
I had a heart attack. Like, I'm in shock. We're finding that
Sit back
match,
and enjoy another episode of the Shedtour.
Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 1 of Shedtour 2023.
Can I welcome the people back, since it's the first time I've ever appeared on Shedtour? No, I've been on one.
Yeah, you did that one shed hunt where you,
Nevada.
Logan, and I think your boy went out and found some.
Guys, welcome back. Well, welcome to the 2023 Shedtour, episode 1, and look at who's here.
We've actually got a pretty good group. We got Casey, myself, Matty Ice on camera 1, Logan on camera 2. So there's 4 of us out here, and
That was cute.
we just barely dropped down in here and dropped our camp. So had a long drive yesterday.
It's a lot of logistics to get down here.
It's a big project. And then we had quite the drive on the tracks. This year, there's been a lot of snow out west. This is some of the most snow I've seen. So the tops are still full of snow, but as you can see, we're down here kind of in some of the low country. Probably going to go lower in some of this stuff than we ever really have before, and see if we can't see where these elk are hanging out, where they're shedding, and find a brown or two.
Hopefully, I learned how to kind of do this, because I questioned everything on the short hike down here. Like, am I walking by them? Am I in good sign? How far do you look? Like, I have a lot of questions for you this.
Hopefully you get some answered over the next 2 days.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping that this whole crew gets the opportunity to pick up a nice shed, whether it's brown or white. We've got some goals here for the trip. We've all kind of got some personal goals, and more than anything, we're just out here to have fun, and spring fever's kind of itching really, really bad.
Here's my thought on all of it. Like, as a hunter, we're outdoorsmen at the core, so we should always look for ways to get out in the woods. That's why I've kind of fallen in love with turkey hunting and bear hunting recently. It puts me out in the woods earlier than I normally would be, and shed hunting is just a little earlier than that. It's not easy. I might go the next 4 days and not find a shed and think this is the dumbest thing ever, but
I hope not, man. I hope you guys all find a good brown.
yeah, this is my goal. I'm going to set my goal. 1 good brown for me coming out of here.
My goal is to pull at double digits, and I'm going with 11. My girlfriend said I was going to find 11. I'm already up 2, and we're just introducing the film, so I'm off to a good
Is
start.
my goal a little too low? 1 good set.
No, because then if you go
set.
above and beyond that, you're going to be like, heck yeah. Bro.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that. 1 good, it has to be a good one, not giant, but a good brown shed.
It's a good goal.
It's my goal.
So all of us are packing cameras. You guys are going to see every angle from this trip, everything from getting water, eating snacks, hanging out by the campfire, swapping stories, and of course picking up some elk sheds and possibly a deer shed or 2. You never know, but it's going to be a fun trip, and I think we're going to try to do daily videos if there's enough action, and if not, we'll combine them. So
Hopefully Eric doesn't kill me in the next 4 days.
here we go, guys. Day 1.
Let's go.
Just making our push down to camp, I spotted a elk shed, which is what we're looking for. So this is my first shed of the 2023 calendar year. Let me show you. Just down here in this mess of brush and old burn. Nothing too exciting, but we're gonna count that. Shed number 1. I'm gonna pack that to camp with me and see what else we can find. Well guys, lucky for me, I got bored sitting at camp. I was kind of waiting for Logan and Casey to film an intro, so I just decided to walk down the ridge from camp. There's some pretty good sign on this hillside right here. Looked down and just spotted a left antler. It's white. It's a couple years old, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I don't want to get my hopes up, but it could be an antler, or on the other side to a single that I found a couple years ago. So we're gonna have to get down there to find out. It's hard to see, but I'll show you guys through the binoculars exactly what I saw so you guys can check it out. All right, that's it through the binoculars. It's a left side and it looks pretty decent, so I'm gonna go bomb down there and go pick it up, but that's a pretty nice sight to see. Can it be the match to my big one? I'll be honest, guys, I'm getting more and more excited. This has the look to a shed I've been looking for might be 3 years now. And if it's not the match, maybe it's the same bull the year after. I really don't know, but he's got the look. Bladed royal, big third. You guys will remember it when I show you. But I'm getting down here close, and I've walked above this on both sides of this ridge multiple times, and it's just down here in the bottom covered in grass and brush. There it is. It is starting to look a little smaller, to be honest. We gotta go check it out to know. Some elk poop there, but there it is. What is it? Man, could be him, but even older than the white set I have. It's old. It's got a floater G1, a big third, and a bladed royal. This could be the same bull, but older. Man, I was getting pumped that it was gonna be a newer year, but if it's him, it's an older year, but heck, we'll take it. That thing is pretty dang sweet, and that's number 2. Let's get him. Huh. Is this a bull that we know of or not? Hard to say, just pulling him out, but he's got the look of the bull I thought it was. That could be him. We'll have to get him home and check him out. Bladed royal, big third. But yeah, that guy's been sitting there for a while. Heck yeah, shed number 2 of the year. See if we can't go find some more. We'll go to camp and meet up with those guys.
On the board or what, bro?
Yeah. Woo. There it is. When I saw it with my eyes, I'm pretty sure it was a shed. All the points kind of in line. This third got me thinking it might be that bull I picked up. Then I saw the blade and I was like, yeah, he had a blade, but he's smaller. So if it's him, it's from a different year. Nice shed anyhow, just getting beat down in the sun, getting some chalk lines. But that's what we're looking for right there.
Been a minute since we were all back at camp, probably about an hour and a half ago. I've been off hiking on my own and getting into a spot that's looking really promising. Found a lot of scat and tracks in here. Just hit some bedding areas. I just hit some bedding areas. I thought it might be worthwhile to show you guys kind of some of the stuff that I see, and I'm really going to concentrate probably the next hour or 2 hours grid searching this little bench here. So kind of show you the signs that I just found and make it worthwhile posting up for a bit. So number 1 is found some elk hair just down here, matted down in some sticks, guessing an elk bedded here. Some old scat, then over here some fresh scat there and there. So yeah, that's just this bench. It has quite a bit of sign, so I'm just gonna zigzag back and forth about 30 yards in between my last track. So that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully it turns up the first brown elk shed of the year.
Well, this hike has not been killer for me. Man, I was off to a great start too. Really before we set up camp, and nothing since. So I'm gonna take a break right here, do a little bit of glassing that direction. Looks like there's some tracks that I can see from here, and see if I can't pick out an antler and get some food. So I heard from the other guys earlier, it's been a while, and at that time they hadn't found anything, so it's rough, guys. Out here it could either be feast or famine. Like, you could take the right line and hit it good, and you can take the wrong lines and get your butt kicked. So hopefully things switch for us. I think this next canyon's got potential. I'm gonna eat some mangoes and then bomb across this little creek bed and up to the slopes. It's kind of cliffy and ledgy and brushy, but I think that's where some of these bulls have been hanging out. So fingers crossed that there's something up there.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Logie Bear is on a shed mountain right now, and we're looking for elk horns. You guys, not gonna lie, this is legitimately my first time out specifically looking for sheds. I always thought it was super cool what Matt and Eric do, and this was finally the first year. Me and Casey said, hey, let's do it. So we set up camp. We all left there right around 3 o'clock and just kind of went separate ways. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I think I just found an area. So I dropped my pack. I'm gonna go just kind of buzz around this, and then I think I'm gonna drop off into this canyon. This is not from cattle. This is definitely from elk. It's like everywhere you look, there's sign, big bull tracks. And this is just like a sweet kind of flat bench up here. You got beds. Bulls been hanging out in here. There's even rubs. I don't know if you can see that. Rubs back in there. So I'm gonna drop the pack right there and just kind of do one of these through this flat zone, see if I can see any more sign, and then I'm gonna drop off down into that canyon. My goal is I just want to have that experience of walking up and seeing a brown shed antler. I've never had that. I found one shed antler in my life in Nevada with Casey when we were out looking for deer sheds, and it was broken from the second up. So it was just the burr, the G1 and the G2. So if I could find a full brown antler, I think it would be a trip made for me. So that's the goal. It's day one. It's about 3:30 right now. So I think sunset's around 6:30. I'm gonna kind of cruise this real quick, then bail off and see what we can see.
Yeah, I got you, man. Anything up there?
Maybe I could find some sheds if these three weren't yelling on the radio all day. Here's a big reason why I am not classified. I do not recognize myself as, and I usually don't go shed hunting, is because I'm absolutely terrible at it. And just don't find the sheds, you know? I've only been on probably 2 or 3 trips in my life where I've actually gone looking for sheds. And typically when I do that, I don't find anything. If I'm like bird hunting, especially back in the day when I was like big into bird hunting, I would find sheds all the time. But when I go to find them, I find 0. But here's a shed. Here's something that resembles a shed. I'm gonna get the pickup shot for you guys. I think that's a thing. I watched a lot of Eric and Matt's shed tour from 2022, 2021, the last few weeks getting ready for this, so I've learned a little bit. Here's the pickup shot. It's so big, it didn't even get in the frame. What? About 13 inches of the probably 360 main beam. NBD. Does it mean it's worth more if there's pink on it? It's pink.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the board. Found a horn. No big deal. Left that spot up there, kind of dropped over into the next little ridge. Look at how beautiful. This is what I'm looking at here. Lots of flat stuff, lots of sign through this, beautiful trees and sun. We're just kind of working. I've been going like this. I started way up there and just came way down here, And I think I just found the shed of one of those Irish elk. I think they're extinct now. definitely, because this thing is prehistoric. Check it out. All beam, baby. That's all I like. Beam. Pickup number 1. Guarantee this horn has been seen before. I don't think I'm the first one to pick this up. I don't know for sure, but this thing has freaking been here for at least 172 years. Horn number 1. That is not chartreuse. That is magenta. That's not even pink. This is past chalk. This thing is prehistoric, but there you go. Your boy got a horn. I'm gonna keep working. Sun's about to go over the ridge. I'm just gonna keep switchbacking down this sweet draw, hit the bottom, and cut straight back up to camp. Should be about dark by then. So just wanted to show you guys that. Pretty stoked.
Day 1 was a bust for me. I did about 6 miles and nothing to show for it. So I'm just gonna gather some kindling and some firewood. So when the guys get back, we have a nice fire ready and can cook some dinner and enjoy each other's company. So that's my plan.
Well, you guys, I'm on the board. Found a fossil earlier. That's about it though. It's from one of those Irish elk, dude. I just was scared because I didn't know if it was illegal to touch fossils or not, but I picked it up. We're doing dinner. I got ramen going on tonight. I'm gonna do 2 packs of ramen and some tuna in the ramen, like maybe a little oriental meal. What you got, E?
A brat, tortilla, and cheese, and then Matt and I stopped at Maverick Monsters Outdoors. First stop, last stop, whatever, and we got the goods. We got ketchup, we got mustard. Thought I had a mayonnaise in there, but so yeah, just the OG stuff for me. Hot dog on a tortilla.
All right, Case, what do you got?
Here's what I got. I've got a Peak chicken teriyaki rice. Then I brought some cooked, this is mule deer backstrap that I cooked. I threw in some chimichurri sauce. I'm gonna throw a couple pieces in my rice and then let Eric and these guys have some. But I knew this is not great backpacking food, but if you're headed straight downhill and that's not that far, you just consume it first night, get rid of it, but eat good the first night. And then after that, it's just all dehydrated food for me, so.
Eat good the first night, feel good the second day.
Yep. And then find all the sheds.
Food and rest is like what makes or breaks being able to stay out here longer. That and staying warm, but good food to refuel and good recovery, good sleep.
That protein, man.
This was a pretty slow first day. We have 2 antlers back to camp, and they're both chalk. I was in sign. I didn't find any browns, but I was in sign. But just gonna hit some different lines tomorrow, and that's all it takes. Just finding the right line, the right elevation, and I think tomorrow someone's gonna stumble on something good.
How is it? I mean, that's probably the ultimate meal just because you don't have to have water. It's fairly light. No wrappers.
Where are they at?
Not that I asked, but I felt like not so much tonight. I was inside, but dude, coming down that corner ridge, I thought for sure, like I was like, oh, this is everything Eric has always talked about. Fresh science, steep, like, dude, it was sign that like looked like it was probably like 2 days old maybe. Full track. I saw rodeo ground that you guys always talk about.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's why I spent so much time over there. I'm like, I'm gonna clean house on the way in. I didn't. Let's see all the food here. It's really good on you.
Do you have any protein?
I do have protein.
We need some. Oh, you got a mountain ops. Yeah, yeah. Okay. No meat? Oh, you got a meat stick. Trying to get the gains while we're out here too, you know. These trips are always a good excuse to shed like 3 to 5 pounds. When you get home, you feel good, you hike hard and eat. You don't eat a ton of food.
So I have 2 things of jerky and a meat stick. That should be good, right?
And protein. Yeah. Those Mountain Ops to go packs are clutch. The protein and the greens, the Ignite, all the trail packs, we use those like crazy out here. So yeah, this is day 2 of the trip. We slept till like 8 a.m. and we went to bed at like 9:30. So it's a lot of hours worth of sleep. Just it wasn't the best quality, I don't think, for any of us. So struggling with the pillow, sliding out of the way. I was on an incline and kept kind of sliding down the bottom of the tent, but we're rested decent enough to get out. But we have today a full day to look for sheds, get the radios going, and just kind of spread out through some of this thick juniper stuff. It seems like they're kind of down low in this type of terrain right here, so we'll give it a try.
Camp tour, guys. You ready? Here's my camp. Here's my tent. I slept really good in it. I slept on this side. I let Logan have the inside because he's scared of bears, so him and Matt get the inside. Me and Eric have to be dads on the outside. You know, there was a couple bears that came in last night, but they scared them away for the boys. Anyway, let's go look for your horn, okay?
All right, Casey and I are just making a big push to hit some new country. We both need water. We found this little creek. Looks like a good spot to fill up, either off this fall or that fall. So we're gonna fill up. I've got this big old Nalgene. That should last me all day, and then I'll fill it up on the way back to camp. I've got iodine tablets. What are you using?
I'm using the Sawyer filter system. So it's a little tougher to like fill up my bag thing. I'll show you here. But I can just plug this thing straight into my platypus that's in my backpack.
Oh yeah.
So I fill this up. This is my dirty. And then I just screw this filter on here. But I can connect this to my platypus hose and just fill it up without ever taking it out. Pretty legit.
Smooth. I'm a tablet guy. Simple enough. Haven't got any upset stomachs yet, so. Yeah, this is a perfect little place. There's a little fall right here. And just fill this up and get some water. So I'm just using these portable aqua iodine tablets. I think 2 for this size should be enough.
The tablets help with that.
Fail. Find a more stable location. These tall ones, they can tip. But the tablets, good to go. All right, we're splitting ways. Casey's gonna go up this ridge. I'm gonna keep going and go one higher. But this is a type of terrain I think has potential. It's just super thick brush. There's no water in this creek bottom, but I still think there's a chance that they were living on this sunny hillside right here. So
Definitely brushed out.
good luck.
Guys! One sec. Guys, just barely split up, Logan and I.
You're gonna walk right up on it.
Oh, dude!
Right?
Holy crap! Guys,
That was the goal!
Logan just found a slob!
Look at how pretty it's setting, too.
Dude, I'm gonna let Logan show you guys.
I'm like looking around.
We're gonna match this thing up.
Holy cow, dude.
Blood on the base.
Standing. I'm walking up this trail, I look left, and I just, bam. Look at my view.
Dude.
It feels fake. Holy cow. Literally, we were just together like a minute ago. Matt's like, I'm gonna go down. I'm looking up and I was like, I wanna go down, but I'm gonna walk up.
Dude,
walking up. I'm literally standing right freaking here on this trail with all this sign. And I stop because Eric's talking. I look left, dude, and it's just sword.
Just found my very first giant brown 6-point.
Dude, look at that angle. Is that a good horn?
Dude. That's like a 350 bull.
Dude, I'm sitting, walking up the trail right here. Stand where I was standing and just look to your left and tell me that's not the coolest spot ever.
Oh my gosh. I gotta get some photos from here.
Does that seem real?
We gotta match him. I really don't think we walked past it on the way up, but we'll drop our packs.
Look at this sign, dude. I was like, we gotta go up. Dude, give me some. That's my first elk shed ever. It's a good one. Holy cow, I promised my son I'd bring him home a shed.
That's flippin' sweet.
Look at this horn. Dude, solid. Solid one, small two. That is a sick horn. He's in here somewhere.
Dude,
We're
look
gonna
at
match him up.
look at the mud on his tip. Like he dropped recently, like
Yeah.
today.
Any blood?
Yeah, there's blood on the burr.
All right, you guys, there it is. We're gonna do a pickup. Noticing right here, if you can see this is like freshly rubbed, like cedar or mahogany. So we probably rubbed this off, but I'm gonna pick this bad boy up. Oh, he's got beam, dude. Look at that. Look at that freaking back end.
Crap.
That's like, I remember thinking to myself like 3 hours ago before me and you met up again, I was like, when I walk across one, am I gonna even feel like I deserve it? I don't feel like I deserve this one. Look at that freaking burr. And it's crazy, like Matt pointed out when we walked up, this dirt on his one is still like, I guess it's a little harder than we thought, but it looked wet, like he just dropped it today. Sweet burr. He's in here somewhere. His other side has to be in here, but that is like one of the coolest back ends.
That's a keeper.
Whew! Doing it. Look at that beam, dude. My adrenaline is still pumping after finding that giant brown. I couldn't believe it. Seriously, when I left for this trip, I told my oldest boy, I have two boys, I told both of them, I said, I'm gonna find a brown horn for each of you. And he was the first person I thought of when I looked over and saw that horn, so that was pretty cool. Me and Matt are just working up and down these draws, gritting for him, and I just stumbled upon one of the most unique looking 6 points I've ever seen in my life. This is like one of the coolest horns I've ever seen, but it is old. It is definitely chalked out. Look at that thing. I was walking through some of the thickest stuff, just guessing where like bull would go, kind of following some tracks. About 40 yards up, I just saw a strip of white, like the top end beam. Like that's a chalk horn. Circled around and down below, and sure enough, got close. I'm like, that is one of the weirdest looking horns I've ever seen. So I don't know if I'm gonna pack it back to camp, but I think Matt will think it's really cool. So I'm gonna grab that and go my down grid back to my pack and drop it off. But that is, look, should we pick it up? This is one of the coolest freaking horns I've ever seen. Look at this. Look at this thing. Crazy back end, bladed sword that is giant. Look at that thing. Dude, this horn's way bigger than I thought. Holy cow. Matt! Look at that thing. Dude. Okay, this horn is way bigger than I thought it was. Dang, that sucks that it's chalk. That's like it's like a 380, 390 bull, easily. I didn't even realize what I had just found. Look at that back end. Giant. Crazy curly Q. Giant freaking sword. That might go back to camp. Wild third. Giant 1s and 2s. I'm gonna pack this down to the backpack. I think I just found like a 390-inch chalk. That thing's giant.
Oh, Logan's just face crushing me.
Look at that thing. How cool would it have been to find this when he was brown?
Yeah, you keep that thing.
You think you keep it? Look at that gnarly
kink in his back end. Splits on his royal. How long do you think that one is?
16, 18.
No, heavy it is still. That's a cool bull, huh?
Dude.
I just saw.
You'll never find a shed bigger than that.
I just saw from there to there. I'm like, why? I walked up and all of his tines are covered up. I could just see that. And I saw this curly Q in this back end. I'm like, that cheater. I'm like, this is one of the coolest antlers I've ever seen. I'm like, Matt would really like this. I should carry it back down to him. I grabbed it and then all the freaking tines came out. And I'm like, okay, it's bigger than I thought it was. That's a cool horn.
Your trip was made. Now it's really made. I take this over that brown all day.
Really? You
Yeah.
can have it. Do you want it?
Yep.
It's yours, buddy. Did you get it restored? Just leave it. That back end is cool, huh?
I think you give this to me. You'll regret it.
That thing's giant, huh?
You'll regret not keeping this thing.
Should we try to match him up too? Thing's giant, huh?
Crap, dude. Yeah, you just wait till we go put this next to that bull.
Oh, I believe it. When I pulled him out, I was like, okay.
Like
look at the
that?
mass and stuff, dude.
Stupid.
Look at this back end, just whoop.
You know me, I hate chalks, but that is flipping unbelievable.
That's cool, huh? Look at that thing next to you, dude. Look at that horn. Am I doing good, Dad? Teacher?
You're doing great.
Matt's been my instructor. Where'd you go? Did you go upright?
I've just been doing like, I imagine like a flower petal.
Yeah.
And I just do like 100-yard flower petals.
Dude, when I left, you said you went right. I went left. There was a bull track and a line of rubs. Like, the needles were still green.
Yeah.
I'm like, either him or another bull was rubbing.
Yeah, we got to do some more flower petals.
How freaking cool would that be, brown? That's like a high fence bulldog.
Dude.
Was I off when I said 390?
Well, you guys may or may not have noticed, but I've been rocking the Hush Tech hoodie this whole trip so far. It's getting a little hot, so I'm going to put it away, but we just launched those on our website today, April 2nd, which also counts towards our giveaway. So you guys saw that we're giving away the truck and the trailer and the Can-Am. Guys, these things are sweet. They're good for all year. Right now it's getting hot, so I'm taking it off, but just had to show you the Tech hoodie. I'm going to throw it in the backpack and get bombing back uphill to look for some elk sheds.
Ain't no thing, dude.
Got a left and a right, dude. Hold them up.
Look at that thing. Here, buddy.
Sick.
Grab yours.
Hold them up side by side, bro.
Oh, look at that thing. It's so crazy. These animals just ditch these things and then we go on an Easter egg hunt. Even though this one's 5 years old, so much heavier than this one. Look at that. Beams are honestly...
Your brown's super beamy, but dude, just every other point.
Yeah. Is that
Mass.
Good? Is that a good find? Good day in the woods. Look at that thing.
Just a next level.
Woo!
Give me a spin like that.
Browntown. Mega dinosaur. Look at that back end, dude. That back end is insane. The mass, too. Look at my hands. Right there after the third on this one, easily. This one, just a mega beast. Oh, that's cool, man.
Dang, how about that? Freaking Logan finding a stud brown and then that big chalk. I've just got some chatter on the radio, so I haven't seen it, but I'm kind of gaining some elevation, running out of sign. Not a lot going on here, but I'm going to post up and glass this ridge across from me. It's really brushy with a lot of yellow grass, and every now and then you can get lucky up here and actually glass a white or a brown. So if I can't glass something from here, I'll probably avoid that and then head back towards some lower country and just keep doing the dang thing. But man, slow for me, stoked for Logan though. Logan, you wanted to find a big one, and it sounds like you found the biggest ones. A brown and a chalk, so good for you. I'm just gonna keep glassing, guys, and see if I can't get on the board, so let's do it.
We're just heading back up to where I found that giant chalk. I saw a little spine and I looked up and saw this. I'm like, coos shed. Saw this and I was like, deadhead. Probably last year, huh? Such cool little animals. Yeah, dang. Is that worth taking?
Yeah.
My backpack's just down there, so I'll bring it back to camp for good luck. But yeah, look at those little guys.
Logan's in the groove, guys.
Yeah. Little coos buck. Pretty sweet.
Oh, guys, I did not get skunked on the shed hunting trip. Just walked on to a Mongo chalk. Knew I could do it. Dang. You guys, we are getting absolutely worked out here. I don't understand it. Been in more elk sign this trip than I've been ever in some of these spots with Eric. So I think we'll just keep grinding. I found the one chalk and at least I didn't get skunked. Yeah, just keep zigzagging, covering the sign, and eventually something good will turn up. Just got to keep a positive attitude and keep hiking. This is the hardest we've worked in some of these areas and not had sheds found. So just goes to show every year is different and you can never find them all.
Well, thanks to Casey, I've got some smoked salmon and some Ritz, so I'm gonna dig into that to fuel up. I would say that this could possibly be the slowest, one of the slowest days of shed hunting I've ever had. And I've had days like this turn around real quick when you just find a pocket of 2 or 3 sheds, which can still happen, but I'm just not in the zone. I don't know, I guess none of us are really. Logan found a brown and a chalk, but we're getting our butts kicked. Can't really figure out where these elk had pulled into and pocketed up to shed, and we're finding tracks, but it's either before they shed or after. Can't tell. So still sticking to this thick stuff. Gonna cruise around this corner, radio the other guys, and probably just work back to camp and glass some of this that I can see across the way. There's not a lot to pick apart, but there's just enough to glass, so I'm gonna see if I can't find something and get lucky, and then through the thick stuff and see if we can stumble on something. But man, it's dead.
Well, guys, just found this dead coos deer. Pretty sweet little buck. He's pretty chalked out, but I think I might take him. Got nothing else to haul around. Pretty sweet little guy. Probably a lion kill. Seen quite a few lion tracks in here.
What's the word, big fella? Hey! I see something sticking out, dude.
Yeah, this in a chalk elk shed I left behind.
Let's see what you got. Coos?
It's gonna be a camp decoration.
Heck yeah. I left mine down there.
You did?
Yeah, sorry.
It was like twice the size of this one.
Heck yeah.
It's Coos one? Yeah. I told him, pack it out.
It was stinky on the inside, dude.
Do you realize what horn that is? The match to my brown that I've been looking for 3 years.
No. Holy crap.
Remember when I was radioing you yesterday, I was like, dude, palmated 4th with a cheater off the 4th.
That's it?
That's it.
It's giant, dude.
It's big, because
Like,
he's
I think-
375 doubled, but I knew after I got the video from the guy, I was like, his left side is going to push him to 380. I think it's that much bigger.
Yeah, when I saw it, initially you're just like, dude, that's 390.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even told him, I was like, dude, that might be 400.
That was my first thought when I saw it.
Yep.
That's your baby, huh?
This is my baby. Logan did what we couldn't do.
He showed me.
You have no clue how close I've been.
I showed him where I found it. He was right there. He stashed a horn probably 10 yards away from it.
When on the way up, I was like, oh, I stashed a chalk right here in this little water pond thing.
Yeah.
It was right there.
That's where you made the water spout?
Yeah.
Just right across is where I found it.
Dude, I have been, and then my zigzag from brown, the year it was brown, went right here, and the horn was right here out of the creek, and I zigzagged too short of it.
Dude, when I saw it, I'm like, this thing's like
Look
the
at that
biggest
thing.
shed we've ever pulled out of here.
Yeah. Because I've got the other side of this that was found right where Logan was 3 years ago. I got his brown, and then I have a hard white set from the year before, but I think with this side being a little stronger, we've got a set that's over 380 because he was like 45 inches wide too. I got the video and he lays out like this.
Dude, is that your biggest set ever?
Possibly. Good chance it is, dude, score-wise, yeah. Over 380, I bet.
You can put your mind at ease?
Yeah. Remember how many times I was like, dude, I know it's just sitting in a bush somewhere stupid.
It was in the most ridiculous place.
Big green bushes, which I've hiked all through there.
I know one of these days we're going to kick up my lane down there.
You guys just invite the new kid and he finds the biggest horn.
I had a feeling that Logan would just wander off and just pull something amazing. He found a sweet brown. Dude, I walked by that yesterday.
Really? His track was within yards.
I came off that hill above the spring and walked within yards of that.
What's up, bro?
I'm shed hunting, they said. It will be fun.
I had a good day.
That was stupid. All of it.
I had a horrible day.
Oh my goodness. Dang. That's a badass. Oh.
Dude, I've got the other
You weren't
side.
going to pack that out?
I didn't realize how big it was until I pulled it out of the grass. That thing's giant, huh?
The big brown single I've been looking for 3 years.
No way.
Logan pulled it off and got it.
How far away from where you were looking?
Yards.
I only went, yards.
Oh, so you were right in there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Single
gosh.
digits, dude. Oh, I wanted that thing brown.
I said to Matt like 7 times, I'm like, I wish so bad you guys would have pulled this out brown.
Now we know what 3 years looks like. Look how bad that is. 3 years is
That's all it is.
open
Is 3
cracks
years?
and pink. Yeah.
That thing's huge.
It's giant, huh?
I'm glad you could pack that out of here.
A year
I gave it to Eric.
of sheds, and then he got killed.
Matt, who found this one? Logie?
Yeah, pick that one up, dude. That's a back end
I
bull
don't want
for days.
that.
Do you want to hold one?
The last 2 miles, I'm like, if I see one, I'm going to throw it in the deep bushes.
want him anymore.
Look at that thing, dude.
I don't even want them. That's fun.
Hold him, dude. Hold him up so I can film it.
Put it down, please. I don't want to touch anything right now. My feet hurt.
He's the brown. Dude, what can
Hold that
UPS
thing up
do
for me.
you? Deliver.
Dang, that looks rad.
Dude.
We should get some better
I did
photos
8.3
in a
miles
minute.
today.
You did how many?
8.3.
I did 8.3 or 4.
I think I only racked up like 7.
I did 4.2.
Dang, dude. You know how close I came to this? Well, we're back to camp. Just built a fire so we can eat some food. I've already downed 2 hot dogs in a tortilla. Matt just dropped his brought right into the fire. Logan's boiling water. He's always up to some type of dehydrated food. Not sure what Casey's getting, but 3 of us today got skunked. So that just goes to show that you pick the wrong line and you're not going to find anything. You pick the right line and like Logan, you can pop off. But he popped off those 2 first thing this morning and he didn't find anything after that either. So I don't know what to think. There's bulls here, but not many. So I think we might try a little different area tomorrow, and then if it's slow, we might pull out and move tomorrow. I don't know. Pretty depressing, but at least we got the match to my big one. So this trip, regardless, this trip is made for me. Now the rest is bonus, because I know I'm not going to find an antler bigger than that.
What's the game plan today?
Good. All right, we're breaking down camp. It's early morning still. Sun's up. Had some breakfast, and we're just gonna break down camp so we can billy goat on out of here and move to another zone. Hoping that a new spot might produce more bulls, more browns. So we're gonna kind of take a risk. This has always been a good spot, but we're taking a risk and gonna go hit some stuff I just haven't spent as much time in. But with that being said, you might actually stumble on a white. So we're struggling over here. Figured we have 2.5 days. We'll go try a new spot and see if we can't get some more sheds. So breaking down camp, we're pulling out that one big one that Logan found. I'm stoked on that, and then his brown. So we're not going out empty-handed. Most of us are, but I have high hopes for the new spot. Well, as you can see, we made it back to civilization. We're actually at my house unloading. Matt's gonna go home, but we didn't want to end this episode of Shedtour, which is #1, without putting this set together. So Logan found the big match to a brown I found 3 years ago. You guys saw the video clip of him picking up his side, and then a flashback to me picking up the brown set. It's in my garage. We're gonna pull it out of the truck so I can show you guys before we end this episode. I just gotta put them together. So this is the first time for myself as well. Hey, no sneaking a peek, guys. Episode 1 might have been a little slow, but episode 2, which is coming soon, wasn't. You'll get to see a lot more of the keeper pile on the next episode, but for now we got to put this sucker together with its match, and maybe even pull out the set from the year before. Let's go put them together. Right, don't judge me. The shop is a complete disaster still from Expo. It's gonna take some manpower to put this thing back together. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, the match to this has a very special place on the Shed Wall of Fame. The Shed Wall of Fame are some of my personal favorite antlers, some of the biggest and some of the most memorable. Like looking across the board, I got a set with my brother and the match to this. So for the first time, we're putting them together. 3 years in the making, Logan did what none of us could do and found this hog. So let's do it. His brown is right here. Oh, whoo. Matty Ice, dude. Tell me that's not a freaking giant. Holy cow, this bull was really, really wide too. I'm trying to hold him. Dude, that's big, bro. Like, we knew the left side was bigger. It's a lot bigger, I think. But look, his royal is busted. He would have had a couple more inches on that right side. Oh, dude, it feels so good to put that set together. Look at that. How's it look from there?
Really big. I should be like 10 yards away.
Does it fit in the frame?
Yeah, I got it.
Dude, these suckers are still heavy. Look at that bull.
That's the look right there.
Look at that. Wow. Let's do some quick comparisons. Just putting them down. Just the height of this left side. Well, God, they're right there together, really. If he wasn't broke on that royal. I put a tape to this, and I know that this one doubled with 40 was mid 370s. I think this antler is going to have a couple more inches on the left side, and I think he's 45 inches wide. If I get permission, I'm going to put a little live clip of him right here in the corner so you guys can check him out. This was during a late hunt, I was told, and to my knowledge, there's a set after this off this bull, and then he got harvested on the late hunt. So what a freaking giant. Like, this will be most likely my highest scoring set of elk sheds that I've ever been lucky enough to find, and Logan found the bigger side. I feel bad. It's the biggest antler Logan's ever found and probably will ever find, and we're going to keep them together. But we've already talked about doing a replica set so Logan can have a set. But guys, that thing is absolutely gorgeous. He's just got the look. He's heavy on the main beam. He's palmated on the royals. I freaking love him, dude. He is so cool. Okay, so that's his browns. I don't know if I'll be able to dig them out for you guys, but I've got a hard white set off him too. Yeah, I don't think there's any hope to find those in this mess. They're somewhere in the keeper pile right here. Oh, here's one of them. Let me take it off. We got one of them, at least one side is on the top. Gosh, that's cool. Okay, so the other side, I actually mounted on a rack hub and hung him on the wall. So that's the right side, the year before. So I found this set while I was looking for that antler. So that guy shed fairly close, but even from this year to that year, man, he gained a lot in mass and really almost everything. So that's the right side. Whew. See, his left side was always a little bigger on that back end. And this year, for whatever reason, he kind of had that floater. So he gained some inches there, but he really lost it in the second. Look how much he grew. This is one season, guys. At least to my knowledge, and I think based off when I found the set, the white set, they're in hard white condition, so just one season. A lot of people still ask me, like, how do you know if a bull is the same, you know, antlers off the same bull? And that's literally tell you guys just how similar they can grow year to year. Little different on the front. G2 is a little different in length. The G3 has that squiggle. And then the back end is just so similar. Feels good, man. Logan, I love you. I can't believe you found this antler just yards away from where I've been walking. One of the prettiest antlers in this whole entire garage, and I have quite the collection. It feels good to match that up. All right, guys, for those of you who go to the expo, I promise you one thing. This set is going to be at our booth at the next expo. It's a long ways away, but give you guys something to look forward to, at least those of you who love big elk and big elk antlers like I do. But that is going to be the conclusion of episode 1 of Shedtour 2023. I had a blast. It was really fun having Matt, Logan, and Casey out there with me doing probably what I'd say is my favorite thing to do in the outdoors, and that's to look for elk antlers. So you guys saw a little teaser. You probably saw some of the points in the back of my pickup truck. Shedtour episode 2 is going to be fire, more pickups, some big Coos antlers, so don't miss it. Everybody picks up, I think, something in this episode. And one of us, a couple of us got lucky and found some browns. So make sure you stay tuned for episode 2. It's coming soon. And then just a final call for our giveaway. We're giving away the truck, the trailer, and the Can-Am. Guys, it's our biggest giveaway yet. The value is close to $90,000. Someone is going to win the entire thing just by shopping on our website or our mobile app. So just a reminder, every $1 spent is an automatic entry to win. You have from now till March 9th to get entered. So if you haven't downloaded our mobile app, I recommend you do so. Again, let us know what you guys think in the comments below on Shedtour. Having these guys there with better cameras than I carry around, better audio. I hope you just enjoyed the experience that much more. If you did, drop these guys a comment. Tell the guys how good of a job they're doing. It's the 2-year mark for Matty Ice. So we couldn't be more happy to have him on the team for 2 years now, but that's a wrap, guys. I love this. Shedtour is just getting started. My season is just getting started, and I can't wait to share the rest of it with you guys. So see you guys on episode 2.